What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and CreateSpace. A link will be in the description box below as usual. This video is entitled Unlearning the Dysfunctions. When you grow up around dysfunctional people or dysfunctional environments, by the time you become an adult, you have to unlearn a lot of dysfunctional habits. And I've seen this, I've had to do this myself, I've seen it with my peers. So I'm going to list a bunch of different things. The first dysfunction is when people feel like this half of the family is your ally and this half of the family is your enemy. And this is what splits kids in two. You know, sometimes this is why they don't mess with both sides of the family, because you were taught to always ride for one side and always try to use, manipulate, and play and disrespect the other side. And by the time these kids grow up to be adults, they don't know who to trust, because on one side they've been lied to, and on the other side they've been disrespectful. So even if they want to go over there, they're looked at with the side eye and skepticism, and they don't want to deal with that, even though that's the energy they were taught to put out. You get what I'm saying? So you got to unlearn that one side, because you have to unlearn that these are your allies and these are your enemies. And sometimes it's reversed. The people who you thought were your allies were your enemies, and the people you thought were your enemies were your allies. And the reason why I say you got to unlearn that is because it winds up playing out when you become adults and you have children and you see this process repeat itself, this cycle repeat itself. One of the dysfunctional things you got to unlearn as a man, cheating. You know, the older generation of men that I knew were serial cheaters. Like some of them, not all of them, but some of them were serial cheaters, and they would cross all lines and boundaries of respect to cheat. And I always found that disrespectful, because it was a difference between a cheater and a player to me. See, a cheater wanted to act like a player but always come home to a woman. A player had multiple women and they knew what was up. And a lot of times I've been in situations where I had family members or people who would have been married into the family be too comfortable with, you know I'm cheating on your auntie. You know I'm cheating on your mama. I got a couple women in rotation, young blood. That's how you going to do it when you grow up. See, part of the reason why guys are cheating on women now is because some of the men they knew were just straight up cheaters, and they weren't loyal to their women. And the thing about it was, these are the same people who are heartbroken when they get cheated on. That's why I say there's a difference between players and cheaters, because players don't care. You know, on the flip side, the women that were cheaters is dysfunctional, because you know, they do it, the guys do it just for some sexual gratification, to feel like a man, which is stupid to me, but it is what it is. But on the other side of that, you got the women who are taught to use men, because all men are cheaters, all men are dogs. So what they wind up doing is they teach they dog out the wrong guys and be with the ones that dog them, because they like the game. And then the kids wind up growing up and doing this. And nowadays, and partially, it's part of the problem with the gender, quote unquote, war, is unlearning this dysfunction. Because if you can't be loyal or faithful to somebody, just be single. But see, people are not doing that now. People feel like I can't be loyal and faithful to you, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get with you, you know, and act like I'm on your team and down for you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you the whole time, because it's more fun to screw you over. And then, you know, I'm going to fight to get you back because I realize I did you wrong. It's so stupid and childish, but it's a dysfunction that has to be unlearned as an adult. Because a real man or woman could just say, look, I want sex with you. I don't want a relationship with you. That's it. That's all you got to do. You know, you ain't got to be a fraud like that. One of the other dysfunctions amongst that was being taught opportunism. Taught to use people instead of, working yourself in a position that you wanted to be in, you talk to use people who are in a better position than you to get to a better position. Not understanding that you burning your bridges. The very people you use to be an opportunist to come up are the very people you're going to need to stay up. So not understanding that opportunism creates a bad reputation to the point where, your name is mud in these streets. But as long as you get a quick fix out the deal, it's worth it. And people don't realize it's a big world, but it's a small world, because your name will travel farther than you ever will. And when people hear your name and 6 degrees of separation hits, they gonna know if they can rock with you or not. So when you talk opportunism, you're taught to be a user and think it's okay. So as an adult, you get with people and you want to use them up, and then you find yourself with no friends, no allies, no business partners, no, there's a bad reputation, a skeleton, a closet full of skeletons of people who you can't call on in the time of need because you use them all up and they don't trust you no more. But I digress. One of the dysfunctions that you got to unlearn is lying and keeping secrets. See, a lot of people say they're real, but a lot of people don't want to admit you learn from your dysfunctional family how to be a liar and unreal with people. Oh, you want to brush everything under the rug. Because you don't want to look bad in public, but you want somebody else to deal with the bad in private, and you don't even want to address that because it'll put you in the hot seat. So, you have that aspect of people who want to give you the, I'm only human. Human beings make mistakes. I made a mistake. You made a mistake for 15 years in a row? Because you're human? Really? And it's because you want to lie and keep secrets. You want to do what you want to do, but you don't want to face the consequences. And part of that pushing things under the rug, dysfunction of passing the buck. See, we don't want to talk about the dysfunction of I'm not going to make sacrifices for the next generation. But what I am going to do is not help the next generation, but put myself in a position where I need to demand their help when they're in a position to help me. Passing the buck. When we talk about generational wealth and generational things, you got to understand part of our lack of generational wealth is this idea that the youth are going to keep doing it. Oh, we're going to depend on the youth. The youth are going to change it all around. Why the youth got to keep changing it around? You want to know why? Because the generation before them was YOLO'd out. You only live once, right? Oh, I could just do whatever I want. You know what? My parents died. They left me some money. I'm going to just turn up with it. My kids, I'm going to buy my kids some jeans and some sneakers. I didn't have them kind of jeans and sneakers. And then, you go broke and your kids don't have a college fund or don't have money to start a business, or they don't have money to take a year to pursue their dreams after college, or if they didn't go because you spent it all, but you're going to turn right around. We're supposed to take care of family. That's that, dysfunction you got to unlearn as an adult, because you got to start learning to cut people off because they really ain't down for you. The dysfunction of being overly religious. God, you feel like you can go out here and do whatever you want to do. God forgave me. I ran over their whole family with an F-150 because I was drinking. But you know what? Those people in heaven and Jesus forgave me. I'm washed in the blood of Jesus, so it doesn't matter. Wow. I did that person wrong, and I asked God for forgiveness, and God gave it to me. You're not going to atone with what happened. You're not going to restore what you did. I don't need to do that because God is the restorer. God will do it for me. Okay. All right. When it's time to actually pick up your bed and walk, well, I ain't going to do it because God going to do it for me. Yes, he will. Won't he do it? What? Wait. You know, you people are not raising their own children. God did a masterful job with you. I was just here. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Wait. You're supposed to be my parent, but you put it in the hands of God the whole time. You didn't even. Wow. Oh, wow. You know, that's what overly religious does. When it's time to handle some business that you knew you had to handle, we're going to pray on it. You knew this was going to happen 3 years ago. So you mean to tell me you never prepared for this, and now that it's here, we're going to pray on a miracle. That's a dysfunction you got to outgrow. Because you wind up growing into adult and you seeing God can't be used as an excuse when you're an adult and people asking you. Your kids asking you, Daddy, I'm hungry. Let me tell him to pray to God that you could get some Honey Nut Cheerios. You might starve tonight, but God will provide. Maybe tomorrow, but not tonight. Like, come on, man. This dysfunctions we gotta, unlearn. Bad spending. I've seen people spend money to feel important and have a self-esteem. I'm balling. The lights just got cut off. Why the lights off? I needed to feel like I was important, so I went shopping with the light bill money, and I didn't tell you because I felt good about myself in them clothes. Why the kids don't have a college fund? Well, I was depressed from time to time, and spending is my way of feeling better about myself, so I kind of, over the years, spent all of their college fund. But I look good, though. Okay. And the last one I'm going to get out of here is quick fixes. See, one of dysfunction is when you put yourself in such a bad hole, you looking for a quick fix, a miracle. So your hustle is always a quick fix. You can't stick with anything because I'm going to come up real quick. Everything is quick. You hop from this thing to that thing to this thing to that thing to this thing to that thing to this thing. You never stick with nothing for the long haul. And you wonder why you never go anywhere because you never build up a reputation doing anything. And you had these kids growing up, I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I'm a hustler. And they don't never stick to one hustle. Every time the hustle get hard, they quit and do something else. So what you're doing is building quitters. And then when you see people stick with something 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years and how far they got, you be like, maybe you was just blessed. No, maybe they were just diligent. Maybe they were focused. Maybe they picked their direction and they went in it. They didn't fold and cry every time things got rough and ran off to the next thing. You got to unlearn that dysfunctional behavior. Unlearn that dysfunction. So we out. Peace.